What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market because that is simply impossible to do. So let's see what happened today. It says the stock rally leaves the S&P Nasdaq within inches of records. Dow gains 400 points. So hopefully you guys are having a blessed day. So let's see what happened. So it says the U.S. stocks climbed just points away from record highs on Thursday as the major indexes continued a furious rally. The S&P 500 came just shy from its February record of 6144.15 points to gain 0.8%, closing the session at 6,141.02, just inches. So the Nasdaq moved up more than 1%, finishing within a handful of points from its own record. The Dow Jones Industrial Average also roughly gained 400 points. Nvidia was up 1%, building on its record high on Wednesday. So yeah. Also, President Trump appeared to get closer to naming his replacement for Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Trump's frustration with Powell's wait-and-see approach to interest rate has led him to consider announcing his pick to succeed Fed Chair in September or October, the Wall Street Journal reported. That's interesting. So markets view that as a signal that early U.S. rate cuts have become more likely, given Trump has criticized the Fed Chair for not lowering borrowing costs. Rate cuts bets have also intensified as the labor market shows continued signs of weakness. Meanwhile, stocks also gained on Thursday as the White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt remarked that Trump's July 9th deadline is not critical for countries to strike deals with the U.S. to avoid reciprocal tariffs. Earlier, the White House chief economist Stephen Miron told Yahoo Finance Brian Sozzi that Trump would likely extend the deadline for countries negotiating negotiating in good faith. The dollar retreated to its lowest level since April of 2022, already under pressure from concerns about tariffs impacts and a looming U.S. default. Treasury yields also declined, the benchmark 10-year trading around 4.25%. So investors also got a snapshot of the health of the economy in a clutch of data Thursday. The highlights: the U.S. economy shrank 0.5% in the first quarter, according to the government's final estimate, worse than previously thought. Jobless claims rose, with continuing claims rising to their highest level since 2021. The main event for Wall Street to end the week lands Friday with the release of the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, the personal consumption expenditure report. Investors will be watching closely for any signs that Trump's tariffs push prices higher. So that should be interesting. You know, the consumer price index report that's coming out, well, personal consumption expenditure report that's coming out on Friday. So we'll see. So let's get into some stocks. Nvidia gained 71 cents today. 71 cents. It was up a little higher, but it came down to end at $155.02. I'll take that. What else happened? Where are my others at? Guess I'm gonna have to type them in. My information technology ETF FTEC gained a nice $1.59, closing out at $195.29. Wow. My S&P 500 ETF, SPLG, gained 56 cents today, closing out at $72 and 19 cents, which is nice. Palantir gained $1.35 today, closing out at $144.25, which is nice. Broadcom gained $5.52, closing out at $270.17. I'm having a hard time. Either way. Tesla lost $1.77. What's going on with Tesla? And these, yeah, it lost $1.77 today, closing out at $325.78. Amazon gained $5.13 today, closing out at $217.12. Microsoft gained $5.18, closing out at $497.45. And that's pretty much it for today in the stock market news. As always, get out of debt, stay out of debt, get out of personal loan debt, get out of credit card debt, get out of student loan debt, get out of car loan debt, get out of all forms of debt. Because as long as you remain in debt, you are a slave to the lender. You are forever in bondage until you get that debt paid off. So the sooner you get it paid off, the better. Then you can save 3 to 6 months of living expenses that you never touch. It's for emergencies only, because they do happen in life. Then you put money away for your kids' college fund. Then you start investing up to 15% of your income into your retirement plan. And then if you have a mortgage, you start snowballing all of that money that you use to pay off bills, your income, and now you start paying off your mortgage. But before you can do that, you need to ensure that you have a plan in place. And that plan is called a budget, a monthly budget, however often you choose to go over your budget. Every 2 weeks, every month, you write down all of your bills and you start telling your money where to go, so you can stop trying to figure out where it went at the end of the week or month, right? So when you start taking control over your life, which calls for discipline, you can start having more control over your life, right? You start telling things where to go, what to do. You yourself start taking a step back and taking a look at things that you frivolously spend money on. Either way, create a budget. You get what I'm saying. So I'm going to end this video here. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. If you think anything at all, think people come up with a plan. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. I'm just simply someone on YouTube. So all videos on my channel are for entertainment purposes only and reflects my opinions. All right, so please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money. All right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day. Peace.